That would mean you're ready. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's 7:15 on Tuesday, March 21st. I'd like to call the Legislative Committee meeting to order. I'll start with attendance. Mr. Massey?
Present.
Mr. Green?
Here.
Mr. Tobin?
Here.
Ms. Ray?
Here.
And myself. There's 5 of us. We're all here. We're here to talk about pending legislation to address the issue of short-term rentals. And I assume that the mayor will be our contact person to let us know what you'd like us to know.
Well, it's an issue that we believe may be covered, but we want to firm it up a little bit more. And basically, it's not B&Bs. What do you call the Airbnb? Airbnb, where people are renting out their homes for, a weekend. And we've had a couple incidents. One out in the 4th Ward, out in Hampshire, a pretty serious one, where there's a group of minors, young kids, drinking, big party, disrupted the neighborhood. Police were called. And so we did charge the person who rented the property, with certain violations, including serving alcohol to minors. But the idea that people are now buying homes and just using them for that purpose is quite disturbing. So we want to have the ability to close it down immediately, which we did that night with that. But Alex, in reviewing the law, felt we should examine it a little bit more. I'm under the assumption that all you would agree that you don't want your neighbor's house being rented out for a party to people who, without any idea of the city, that they're renting it out. Hotels are hotels and residents are residents. So this is a recommendation of Alex Smith. It's pretty short and direct, but it would give the police department and the city code department more teeth as we regulate short-term rentals.
So just to understand that this Hampshire, the landlord was held to the social host law?
I believe the person who rented the
But
building.
not the landlord.
I'm not sure. I think they were trying to make a case against them also. Jacob, are you familiar with the Hampshire?
The host was fined, and he was eventually going to be evicted by the landlord.
So the host was the tenant, not the landlord
Yeah.
wasn't held to it?
Yeah.
He was not, but he was, because he was in the process of evicting him right away. He cooperated immediately with us.
But we want to avoid that.
Yeah, but it's just an interesting little sticking.
Apparently, in that case, I think they rented the place, and that's what they were doing as part of their rental. It wasn't like a one weekend thing. They're renting it out to different groups.
All right, well, it sounds pretty clear cut. I'll go around the table as a committee of the whole. I'll start with Alderwoman Ray.
I have no issues with this.
Sounds reasonable. Alderman Jean-Francois.
Yes.
Mic on, please, if you're going to speak. Thank
Yes,
you.
I think it's an ongoing issue throughout the county, and a lot of folks had issue with that, so everyone is trying to stay away from that. I think this is a great idea, nip it in the bud while we can.
Okay, Alderman Tobin?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. There's a housing kind of crisis or issue with finding apartments, and if you have Airbnbs starting to rent out places that could be apartments, that can drive up the rents too. So I know some communities are like filled with Airbnbs, and it's making it harder for working folks to find apartments, so I agree.
Council President? Alderman Massey? Alderman Witt?
I'm fine with this as presented.
Alderman Green?
Good by me.
Alderman Kleiner?
I like the clarification of the law. Thank you.
Okay, so just to vote for the members of the committee, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So the members of the committee, that would not be you. Thank you so much for your team spirit.
I didn't see that.
Good.
Remember, this is calling for the public hearing.
Correct.
Right.
I just want to make sure that the committee wants it to move forward. And if so, I will introduce it from the floor at the end of the council meeting later this evening for a public hearing to be scheduled on April 4th. And we'll see if there's any potential landlords that want to give us a little pushback on it. We'll see how it goes. Realizing there's no other business before the Legislative Committee, I'm going to make a move to adjourn. I need a second. Mr. Massey, thank you so much. I need any discussion? None. All in favor? Yes. Opposed or abstained? No.